Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Today I'm going to show you how we can our fresh goat milk. The process is very simple. You get the milk to room temperature. If you don't have enough to do it the same day that you milk your goat, you just get it to room temperature. Ours has been stored in the refrigerator, and then put it in sterile jars. Now with canned milk, do not wipe the tops of the rims with vinegar. Vinegar is an acid, and you use citric acid to make cheese. So if you accidentally drip some vinegar in here, it could make your milk curdle. Now using fresh goat's milk, our milk has been separated, it has been pasteurized. If we didn't separate it and we canned it, we done this by trial and error. It made it clabber. It made it kind of chunky, which was great for using in smoothies. So it wasn't a total waste, but I wanted to just get better at canning the milk before we showed y'all the process. So this is basically like 2% milk, and I say that because our goat's milk is extremely rich. So all we do is wipe the rims with a dry, clean paper towel, just to make sure none of the milk splashed on top of it. Okay, now I'm going to come back and wipe it with a damp paper towel. And it's just to make sure that there was nothing on it that might be sticky from the milk. Our pressure canner, the water in it is cold, the milk is at room temperature. So everything is pretty much going in at room temperature. Alright, we'll put our bands on, not the rings first. They have been in simmering water. Some still do it that way and some don't. I prefer to still heat the lids up because I feel like it loosens up the gaskets or the seals on the inside so that you get a better seal. So if we get 2 gallons of milk a day, which is roughly what we're getting from 2 goats and 3 teats. Yes, we're still only milking the one side on Frex. Her baby still nurses on the other side. That will soon change. She's going to start getting separated from Mama at night. Then we'll be getting like 1.5 gallons each milking, which puts us at about 1.5 gallons a day off of 2 girls. So, with that being said, it works out pretty good. We get about 3/4 of a quart of cream off of the 2 gallons. That leaves us roughly the 7 quarts, which is what most canners is the max quarts that you can put. So that works really good for us. And we will put these in the pressure canner and let the canner heat up slowly, and then when steam comes out for 10 minutes, we will put the pressure gauge on it, and when it comes up to 10 pounds of pressure, as soon as it comes up to 10 pounds of pressure, you cut it off and you let the canner cool naturally. Don't open it, don't do nothing until everything goes back down to 0. And then take it out of your canner and set it in a cool, dark place, not in a draft or under a fan or something like that. Let the jars cool off 24 hours. And then after 24 hours, you'll come back and check and see if they sealed and wipe them off and label them, and then you can take your rings off. Alright, I'll show you the step after we get it out of the canner, how they turned out.
I didn't know if you were going to.
Alright, the canner has cooled off completely. We just removed the gauge or the weight. And we're going to open it up and see how the jars look. And this is an all-American canner. It's a 23 quart. And looks so far, looks like no jars are busted. Still really white. It has a little bit of a caramel off-white color, which is not unusual. But it looks really good. Nice pearly white. Alright, we brought the quarts of the milk inside. It looks like it might be a little bit off-white color, but the key here was to bring the pressure canner slowly up to temperature and then put the weight on. Well, after the 10 minutes of the steam, we put the weight on and waited for it to come up to 10 pounds of pressure slowly. And after it came up to the 10 pounds of pressure, we cut the canner off so that it would finish cooking inside the cooker with the fire off. You want to do that so that your milk does not clabber. And then when you bring your milk inside, it's still going to be hot. And you also want to set it on a piece of cardboard or a really, really thick bath towel, because if not, it will ruin your Formica countertop or your wood tabletop. We've had a problem with that. We also had a towel underneath it, but it's still kind of burnt through a little bit. It made a ring in the wood table. So just a frugal tip, make sure you have some kind of cardboard or a very thick bath towel underneath your milk or any of your pressure cooked food, because it will be extremely hot. But it looks really good. Now we'll just wait till tomorrow and wipe off the jars, make sure they all sealed, take the rings off, and it'll be ready to store in our pantry. Thanks for joining me today, and farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.